Hi guys, here we are again for another segment of the Chicago edition of the Comic Book Syndicate. Now on to Scott Pilgrim. I just saw the movie last week and I gotta say, can you say revolution in cinema? Yes.
He's making bold claims, everybody.
That's a pretty bold claim.
Edgar Wright is pushing all the boundaries right now, I think.
He's awesome.
From Shaun of the Dead to Hot Fuzz to this, there was not a director on earth that could have adapted this movie better than he did. And it's not just a great adaptation, it's a great movie on its own. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was laughing every second of the way, and just towards the end when I'm starting to think that maybe it ran out of steam, it would pull out a new gag like Nega Scott.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
that was so good. Like,
whatever it may be. And just this movie is just loaded with, things going on in the background and these weird subtle jokes of, timing and like off-camera like dialogue that you can barely hear, but it's funny anyway. And I don't know, because a comedy, this movie's a 10 out of 10. It's probably not going to make a lot of money. It's going to get no attention from the Academy, but it deserves all the praise that it's getting.
Yeah, like they should show that to film school kids, like about editing and pacing.
Yes.
Because that was just like, I mean, that's Edgar Wright though. I mean, seeing how Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead was, where it was just like,
yeah,
that was perfect. Like using those types of cuts in a comic book movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, then you've got, I mean, love the film. I don't know what to speak to in all of the filming and the editing and all that. I do love that guy's work. I don't know if I go as far as revolutionary, but in the sense that it was unabashedly Canadian, I was very happy.
Yes. Oh.
Like when they broke down, I don't even know if American audiences got that when they broke into the coins on the ground are toonies and loonies that we spend every day in Canada, that no other country, like it was really brilliant. It was wonderfully done.
Well, he said Canadian words.
That's right.
Well, that's a great thing is that to take that away from Scott Pilgrim would dilute it, and I'm glad that they kept it in Toronto. They didn't make any secret about the fact that they were in Toronto. There was Canadian money. They were going to Toronto, landmarks. He even made like the comment, he's like, they make movies here. Yeah, like, that was great too. Yeah.
Well, the apartment Tim and Wallace live in is next door to where my brother lives in Toronto. My brother Richard was paid $100 a day to let them set up gear on his front lawn. The record store is the record store he goes to all the time, which is right around the corner from where they actually filmed. So everything in that neighborhood, Lee's Palace, all those spots were actually in the neighborhood where that artist lived and grew up and wrote the story. So they kept it all right.
Where's that tower at? The castle.
The castle. Actually, it's sorry, I mean
that was the American accent.
Castle is that is our armories. It's where we keep our tanks and horses and carriages and stuff. We don't have any.
We don't have an army.
Horse tanks.
We just borrow
we have horse tanks. We have horses that pull.
Yeah, I heard you guys had like 2 tanks. Like.
We used to.
Yeah, we got
One's been hooked up to remove snow now. Much else than that.
Awesome.
Another great connection. We have 2. If anyone remembers Mike McLean from a former guest of the Comic Book Syndicate, he's played poker with the director. No, I don't know who he's played poker with.
We'll just pop
1 minute left. And also, former member of the Comic Book Syndicate, Rochelle.
Yes.
Emery Luckett, her cousin is supposedly the basis for the character of Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, yeah?
He lives in Toronto. Yes, that's a legend, a rumor. If it is true, if it is confirmed, we will have that person on the show one day. I vow it.
That's true.
But anyway, highly recommend this movie. I give it, like I said, a 10 out of 10. If the Academy had a category for best comedy, this would win, I think. Dave, what do you say?
I'd give it 10, loonies?
Loonies?
10 loonies. I give it 10 toonies. How about that?
Out of toonies. I would pay 10 loonies to see this movie again.
That's about what it actually costs more than
loonies?
that, actually.
See, I know, man. I already know my Canada money.
I would absolutely, and again, like I said before, it's all ages. Everybody.
Yes.
6-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 20, well, maybe not 6. Yeah, 6. I'll stand by that. 6.
They'll do it.
Everybody.
They don't have standards in Canada.
No.
Like, they just let everybody see everything.
There's only like 30 of us, so it's pretty cool.
You guys were all in that movie then.
All of us were.
They had to fly people in from other countries. Like, there's a lot of Brazilian people.
There was a lot of people from other countries. Highly recommend it.
See you soon. We'll be back in a few minutes with a final discussion. We'll wrap up with Dave Loso. I think one of my first Spider-Mans was Web of Spider-Man 37, 38, when it was you and yourself and Jerry Conway.
Well, 38 was the Hobgoblin.
Oh, right, okay,
Right.
yeah.
And 37 was still drawn by another artist at the time named Steve Geiger. And then as of number 40, I became a regular artist on Web.
That's great. And that was a very long run you did, right?
I consider myself starting with 35, going all the way up to 116.
Jeez, wow.
Yeah.
So did you enjoy the experience then?
Oh, I did, and I have to say now, I've been working on Spider-Man since 1987, every year since then, because even though I got off of Web in, I guess it was 93, I started working on Spider-Man Adventures and the Adventures of Spider-Man, which was based on the animated TV series. And in 1997, I started penciling a Spider-Man Sunday newspaper strip.
Really?
And so I've been doing that from 77 till now, and I started inking the dailies in 2003.
Really? Okay.
So that's it. From 87 to now, it's basically 23 years that I've been working on Spider-Man.